daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Good morning, guys. Welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. Jade, it's Thursday.
We out of here.
Yeah, guys, it's
Out of here,
Thursday.
man.
Yes, it's Thursday, and you guys are here with your faves, me as him, and of course, sitting right next to me is none other than the lovely Jade, Gwen Adita, CPL Matthew Stewart Johnson, who is already for the morning. I just come in here, guys. I just come in here. Jaden.
Okay, let's go with it.
Just take the compliment, Jade. Anyway, how are you doing? Otherwise,
Well, you accosted me like that. My word, you're so hostile. But I'm fine. How are you?
I am doing well. A bit tired, just a little bit, aggravated. I sometimes.
By the way, it's Thursday and it's going again, so you could be aggravated all you want.
Oh, yeah, you're
It's
right.
not good that to be aggravated.
Okay.
So get it out.
Let's get it out. Well, I mean, this one, I really don't expect any change. It's something that happens from time to time, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it. One of the most frustrating things for me is when you wake up in the morning, especially if you had a rough night or a long night. You may not have slept as long as you wanted to,
Or you should have.
And as soon as you have to get up, here comes
The rain?
the rain. Here comes the rain. Where were you all along? Why you want to wait until now it's time for me to get up? To create the environment that all I want to do is lay down. It's frustrating, Jane. Frustrating. This morning,
I bet.
as soon as I had maxed out the amount of time.
I was looking at them painting things again.
As soon as I maxed out the amount of time that I could possibly just lay down and just max out the amount of bedtime I could get. I hear the pitter patter.
Rain at your window.
Rain on my windowsill. I said no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I even checked my watch trying to think I was actually an hour earlier than it was. But alas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's say morning to Mel. Big up yourself.
Morning.
Met Mel yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of the show. Definitely a sipper. Mel, yes, I delivered the message to Jade. I told Jade that I was back safe and that she wouldn't have to call any police. Also, I let her know that you said hi.
Hi, Mel.
And that we have some unfinished business to attend to.
Indeed.
Oh.
Well, I have some bad news.
Oh no. What's happening, Jade?
Our guest had a bit of a mix-up.
So
she won't be able to join us this morning. She apologizes.
Oh no.
In advance. I know we were looking forward to speaking with Miss Akilah Byron-Nisbett, sorry, but duty calls.
Oh.
So.
It's just a morning of disappointments.
It's just a morning of disappointments, friend. Indeed. Indeed it is. So, while you chat, I'll go plan a show.
I
know we got things to chat about, because something pissed me off yesterday.
And we have our lovely viewers and callers who I'm sure
have lots to say, because they haven't been able to chat with us all week.
And we have some other guests coming up later as well.
Yes, it is Restaurant Week. For those who forgot, all kind of good food just cooking on the island, as usual.
Cooking.
As usual. I love me some Restaurant Week,
I used to love me some Restaurant Week.
Until I can't eat enough for the restaurant.
Until now, I'm not eating anything from the restaurant. And that is a pet peeve of mine, eh?
But I can't eat from the places that you want to eat from. I agree.
And let me tell you something. The restaurants, you guys are going to have to really start having varied vegetarian options.
I'm shocked that they don't, honestly.
And the truth is, the places that I frequent, yes, because the food tastes good, but also because just out of gratefulness that there's stuff there I could eat.
As you should.
It's not even a matter that, like, oh, they have food so good here. No, it's like I'm literally grateful that, hey, you guys recognized
that people eat more than chicken and fish and pork.
And mutton or nothing.
Mutton. Mutton or nothing. I afraid mutton right now.
You afraid mutton? Wow.
Yeah, I give me that shit mutton,
No shit.
Are you ain't gonna fool me?
So that's a thing?
I don't know, but they ain't gonna be me gonna find out. That's all we can say, me gonna find out.
The other thing for me too is that I like having relationships with the people that cook my food. I like knowing the chef. I like knowing the chef on a first name basis.
That's always good.
Even if your first name is just chef.
That's always good.
It's huge for me. It's huge for me. If I have
that
access,
means your food is made with extra love.
Yeah, like I don't understand how people go to restaurants and don't play nice with the people at the restaurant. Even if let me tell you something. There's sometimes when people, we know service is atrocious here, right? Service is atrocious across the board. So much so that when somebody is, and this happened yesterday, when somebody is good at what they do in terms of serving you and just demonstrating good customer service, it is so noteworthy, right? It's like a breath of fresh air. It's like, wait, what?
Oh my God, they treat you like they're supposed to here. They actually appreciate the fact that I come and dine with them and spend money. They don't treat me like I'm begging.
And but not only that, they just take pride in the job that they're doing and recognize that it is in no way an indictment on their character or their status in life because they're providing a service. Like, it's not like...
there's a place in the US. Well, I don't know if it's in the US, but there's
a place. It is. I've been there.
Correct?
Where they just cuss you with all the time?
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to cry. I can't cuss you back. Mainly people just be rude to me for no reason. So that wouldn't be a place that I would be like, yeah, I'm going there.
Yeah, you get rude service. I've been there. I was on tour and it's like a It's like a tradition. When you pass through, you have to kind of go there and deal with it.
I think that's for people who
Them
have
time
embarrassment kinks. Yeah, that would be good for them.
People just like the bean things.
Oh, yeah.
What is this person be calling about? You interested?
You could ask them.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What seems to be on your mind? Morning.
Before that, this is all like
I
the
think
movie. That one movie when
I think they're trying to bug us, Jade.
they call us to bug us.
Yeah, I know, right? This is bugging time too, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
You get bug already? Why? Because it's election time.
Election time.
But they ain't got to bug your people leaking things for free. What they bugging you for?
What do you mean what they bugging you for? You think the thing? If you see what they're leaking, why do you think they're not leaking? This is watch, Jade. Let me tell you something. All of the politicians, all of the people involved in campaigns, all them they're doing right now is only calling WhatsApp here.
They might as well because those said no voice note, no. Ask Talbot.
Oh, me. Good morning, caller. What's on your mind? Morning. Yeah, they're bugging us.
Okay, well. Yeah, I don't send no voice note.
Anyway, I've been going off on a tangent. Where was I going at?
You was talking about...
First I was talking about service, but the service was a tangent of its own. What was I talking about?
Major.
Oh.
Major, friend. And I had one thing to cut about.
Yeah, anyway, go ahead, because I'll get back to what I was saying.
I think, right, there's a lot of adults. First of all, it's not easy because outside cold, inside cold. We can freeze. There's a lot of adults who seem to grew up not realizing that attention or liking to be the main character all the time isn't really a positive thing.
Oh.
Some of y'all, I'm sure, as a child, wasn't given the attention that you were supposed to be given by your parentals, your guardians, your teachers, whoever it may have been. Or you have been bullied relentlessly. And we understand. These are things that happen all the time in life. However, you growing up to be a complete jack ASS
Papi show
does nothing but make us resent you more. So you were resented as a child and now you are resented as an adult, which is worse. Which is worse. Some of y'all lie for no reason other than to just seek attention. I don't get it. You want to be the center of attention so bad that you just lie. Unprovoked. Go to therapy, people. Go talk to the woman on the chair. Go talk to the woman on the couch. Go to the free counseling center. Go somewhere. But cut out this ridiculous behavior. A lot of y'all out here who want to be the center of attention just causing more mayhem than good. And we despise y'all. I personally despise y'all.
Jade, who trouble you? Who trouble you, Jade? But yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people right now. It does seem as though everybody feels they are the star of their own show.
Oh my God.
And they have to compete for viewership.
That's okay, I have no problem with that. Y'all want to be in the limelight, no problem. My issue is when you just become liars just to be in there. Y'all lie unprovoked. I wish Pinocchio was real life.
Oh, man, some people know to be long for me to boss a man.
Well, then they would stop lying. Well, y'all love to spread rumors and lie on people for no reason at all, but to seek attention. Y'all don't get enough lawyers, that's the problem. If y'all used to get lawyer letters regularly, y'all would have cut it out. Out here. You're supposed to be out here disseminating information. Supposed to be trusted. News sites, bloggers, all you people. But instead, y'all just lie for no reason other than to seek attention. I really despise y'all, you know.
We can tell.
Yes, with my whole soul and being as him. Those people are scum. Y'all are scum.
Messing up people name and so because they're just looking
Names,
attention.
businesses, everything. Y'all are bottom of the barrel. Anyway, done. Carry on.
Got it off your chest? Feeling a little lighter now?
I'm not sure. I think my rant just made me even angrier.
Right.
But I'll leave it there because the things that I actually want to say aren't radio friendly. And I respect my viewers and listeners.
Indeed. Yeah, you do actually.
Yeah.
But I mean, what you're saying is correct. I think there are a lot of persons who believe that they are incentivized to just make up stories. I think part of it, like you said, is the fact that there seems to be little to no consequence for that type of behavior, where people just, especially online, and we've kind of developed that that culture where people just say anything. And it's almost like, well, I can because nothing happens. But a lot of times you end up impacting people. Jade.
You see the voice note that I sent you yesterday?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, right?
Yeah.
If I was Tashio, I would have hit that man such a lawsuit just to make an example out of him. Just to make an example out of him. Because all joke is joke until they no joke. And yesterday was not no joke. You do realize this man is on a political platform. Right now, the spotlight is literally on him. Everybody picking him apart as they're doing all of the candidates. And you feel it's best to use your device to send around a whole rumor just because you want attention. Because it can't be nothing else. It can't be nothing else. Why would you lie on a man like that? Unprovoked. And then I say it's a joke. What was funny in that? I've yet to, did you laugh?
No.
Come here, laugh me though. And I always laughing.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all need to cut out y'all nonsense. Honestly, it's sickening.
Well, for me, like I said, I think it's a matter of persons, and I'm not talking about any It's not any specific. Whoop.
The wrong phone ringing.
It's not any specific incident I'm talking about, but I have been seeing a trend where it seems like people don't take into consideration how their words impact other people.
Obviously not.
They just don't. They have no idea. And in a lot of cases, they don't understand how it even impacts them. People, I mean, this has happened to me too. Like, I remember one time, happened to me recently too.
Yes.
Yeah, I drive in.
Oh no, I thought you're thinking about. I'm thinking about next incident. It doesn't happen to you too much.
Yeah,
basically.
It happened to me too much.
Exactly, don't happen to me.
So
to my knowledge.
I remember one day my mother called. My mother was like, "Why your name getting called up on the radio?" I was like, "What?"
This is the same incident that we.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
No, there's another one. Okay.
So yeah, I just did like, what? Next thing now.
I think it is started. Flashing.
Well, it flash. It don't flash until you pick it up.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, and I just was like, what are you saying?
I tell you, you need to hire me to cuss people for you,
Yeah, that's true.
Let me just send you the paragraph and you forward it.
Okay.
That's all I got to do,
friend. Work on that. Yeah. Get a couple there because it's necessary.
Don't worry, I got you.
And then, I remember this one time too. Some big Facebook thing going on. I have nothing to do with what going on. All of a sudden, my name calling up in the Facebook. I like, what? I don't even be on Facebook.
Bro, that has happened to me straight with these people on Facebook.
Like, what? How I get dragged into this?
I just be confused.
All I part of like what got people think is a drug dealer.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, that mine didn't have to do with drugs.
At least. Sometimes I'm more, and the truth is, the truth is though.
They actually a drug dealer?
No.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
But sometimes, not in this particular case, of course. Not in the two cases I'm talking about. But sometimes the rumors them, I wouldn't mind if they were true.
Yeah, no. I heard some about you for and I know you wish to wish to.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wait.
One about me too, but me gonna repeat it here because that one I was like, wish. You think I would have been in this situation? Come on.
See, Witty, I'm not telling you any names because...
No, Witty kind of crazy. We really want them kind of energy.
Witty is not crazy. Witty is passionate.
When it comes to you.
No, she's just passionate, Jade.
Okay.
She's just passionate, that's all. Okay.
See, she know people in low places. That they Witty kind of psycho. Why play with Witty? Play with Witty when it comes to she as him.
Because Witty is letting us know that she's a woman of the people. Mm-hmm. She doesn't discriminate.
The people is as him? Talk a vocal here, please.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Okay, we lost that one. Guys, feel free to call back. It is your time to shine. Come here, cut your chest on the ear, respectfully. Please.
But you know what? This is merely a gear because I'm not actually upset, but we'll talk about it after this call. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Caller, good morning.
Caller, good morning. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Hi, good morning.
Hi, I know this voice.
Hi, Jane.
Oh.
I'm calling in reference to the voice note that was broadcasted yesterday. I'm not calling to make excuses for anyone, but even when I first heard the voice note, I was like, okay, I know this person and this is a joke. It wasn't meant to, he didn't mean for it to be broadcasted. He sent it to somebody, like making a joke, and the person sent it out. I think maybe where he went wrong, he was supposed to say in that instance by just playing. Right? So, even me, to hear me say certain things, you're going to say, girl, how did you stop shipping it? Right? But I think that's where he went wrong. He should have said, it was just a joke. And Sasha is his cousin. So, he didn't send it out. Like, it wasn't meant to be a broadcast for any malicious reason. And he also sent another voice note after that one explaining, I was just joking, whatever. Why would you send it out, blah, blah, blah. You're making the man look bad. I don't know if persons heard that other voice note, but yes, he did send out another one.
But you see, friend, the problem with things, right? Especially in this climate, you can't do them things because people too forward happy. People forward happy.
People will gullible right now.
Exactly. So even if it was intended as a joke, he should have thought, you know what, maybe this is not a good idea, especially during this climate, because my cousin is on the political platform and and anything is being scrutinized right now, joke or not. Because from you hit send, we are not responsible to figure out if it's a joke or not,
It's true.
That's not our responsibility. The only thing is going to happen is we are going to get a voice note and we are going to listen to the words of the voice note and interpret it as this is what happened because this person is sending it around. Even true or false.
Yeah, you're right. I just think, I don't think he thought that.
He wasn't malicious. He wasn't malicious.
It wasn't done intentionally.
Yeah, he didn't think. So and it's basically like me and you having a conversation and I just send you a voice note making a joke with you. And then you send it out. I would be mad. I would be so upset with you.
Rightfully so.
For sending out that and not even, you're lazy with me. Even if it was something else, I just send it somewhere. Send it to me. Like, that's a problem for me.
Yeah,
because me and you having the conversation, not me, you, and everybody else. Or whoever else.
Yeah.
And that keeps happening, and that's why I don't send voice notes no more.
Yeah, but I just wanted to help clear the air with that part.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, my thing is, Jade, a lot of times I don't believe that people do these things
maliciously.
Maliciously are intended to hurt the person, but the truth is, though, that's the power that you have. That's the power we have, and there's room for everybody to be wrong. Because the truth is, I get very upset. I get very upset when people take things that are supposed to be private or things that are supposed to be between me and you go spread it around.
Yep. And a lot of that been happening.
You don't.
The fact that you have to... I've never had to preface anything I've sent to you with, don't share this.
Right.
Never had to.
Yeah.
But the truth is that there are people that you have to literally say, don't share this.
Yeah.
This is between us.
Yeah. Let's see what this caller has to say. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. Morning.
Where's that one line?
Yeah, it's not the one that is on the line there.
Because, yeah. Guys, try calling the other phone lines. But yeah, people, listen, especially again in this climate, when it comes to politics, anything political, it is very ticklish. Yesterday, I also saw this, and this person is completely out of order. Eh? I got these voice notes where a lady was expressing that she's going to stick to a particular party that she has been sticking to. That's her choice. That's fine. Another lady is going to tell her, well, if that's your choice, I'm going to send all of these things to the Prime Minister and he's going to take your child off of this program. And I'm like, so y'all weaponizing the Prime Minister? You know how ridiculously terrible y'all trying to make this man look. And he has nothing to do with this? Nobody going to stop and think and say, oh, well, he ain't going to do that because, that's not something he's into. People are going to say, oh, you see, we tell all that into victimization and stuff. Like, y'all keep telling y'all are the ones that keep making these politicians look bad and y'all not getting it.
The thing is, they don't actually need help,
The what?
They don't actually need help. The politicians don't need help looking bad.
Exactly. So why y'all are they?
But the truth is that a lot of times persons refuse to support certain politicians simply because of the people who support them,
Yes.
The people who are around them, just make it just, it's like, look,
You're threatening to weaponize the Prime Minister. Ma'am, you do not have that power. First of all, cut it out. Let's start there. You do not have that power. The Prime Minister does not work for you.
But
okay?
why is that? But why is that an appropriate response to somebody?
I don't understand it.
Somebody making a decision that's different to yours. Like you have the freedom to choose who you want to choose. The lady has the freedom to choose who she wants to choose.
Nasty behavior.
Why is that an appropriate response?
Nasty behavior, I tell you. Like, y'all just out here wicked. Anyway, hell got enough room, so I continue. I think hell got pack. Testy tensi.
Vacancies.
And why y'all keep painting up the...
Where they painting now? Where this be now?
Y'all pissing me off for real,
This is down for... This can't be in tongue. This is tongue now? The paint was have come to town?
Painting up the country.
Public property, they painted up the thing.
They need to start fining these people and not fining, making them pay money.
When I said this the other day, people say I must stop. I talk about it too long. I say, okay.
They're doing it too long.
Where things start, they don't end, Where things start, they don't end.
Why y'all keep going around the country putting paint on everything? Are y'all okay?
Silly season, Jade. Silly season. I remember a conversation with my father when I was quite young, where my father warned me of the possible effects election time could have on people, And he urged me at that time, he said, Batcha, don't ever get caught up in that nonsense. Right? I remember it vividly. I had to be maybe in grade 4 or 5, something like that. And my father tell me, look, politics does some people stupid. Don't be one of them. Yeah, like it I don't understand it, Jade. I don't understand. And the truth is, I do not believe in a lot of these cases, these people are moving based on the directive of a particular politician.
Bro, I do not want to believe that is the case.
But what I don't like is the fact that I have not heard enough of the politicians coming out and condemning the actions.
Exactly. Tell y'all people to stop the nonsense. Somebody said it on the live just now. The schools, them literally want painting.
All over want paint. Ramadan I want paint. Let's pass it out there the other day. Say, Ramadan want paint. Yeah, Ramadan want to paint, boy. And I know here.
What kind of rain in the countryside?
Beating rain every day.
Jesus.
I need to go live over there.
Bye. Stop painting things. You're literally painting walls and stones and breadfruits and who is supposed to influence the vote? I can guarantee you cannot find one person that a painted breadfruit is going to influence the vote. A painted breadfruit, you know.
It's a good
food.
It's a good 30 US and so in St. Martin and J. They just
and
paint
they're
up
just
here.
painting. Meanwhile, the schools them literally barely holding on to the quarter paint they have. But that ain't important.
I don't understand what's happening.
The politicians need to tell these people stop doing this nonsense.
Condemn
if
it.
y'all are paying them to do it, stop it. If y'all aren't paying, it has to be something because we're getting all this pain from.
No, Jay, don't get me wrong, you know. It's not that I don't think that that there's factions within the parties that are supporting this type of behavior, you know.
And it's so ridiculous. Somebody said, by the way, when it comes to the school thing, only yellow, red, and orange available. So they can't paint the schools that color. And I believe you.
Yellow, red, and orange available.
Because it look like it's in a whole abundance right now.
Well, I mean, you want to tell me that the hardware stores in walkout election coming and then the paint was about to start, so they got to get the ammunition? To me, by now, they should have done one out of these colors in paint.
By now, you're right. With the amount of things y'all painting.
It is crazy to me. It is crazy to me. Yes, so there's factions within the parties that might be popping up these people and things. Yes, of course. But come on, we have to do something. We can't just say, oh, politics time. Because that's one of the reactions I've been getting. Oh, it's just politics time. Let's just
what? Are they going to remove the paint when they finish? No. So the country can just look like a whole clown show. For no reason. For the next 5 years.
When I was talking about the thing the other day, about how they painted the lamppost, them people is on my case, yeah. People is on my case. Oh, that's how it's burned.
It's one thing to say y'all doing these things for now. They don't remove them after. I've literally seen old billboards in Newtown. Candidates up there not even running for election. So it's not like they're removing them.
A billboard or them things on the lamppost?
Them should be things on the lamppost.
Oh. You know, okay, I know you couldn't have been a billboard there because I know the day after election. The man waiting on that. The man waiting for election.
What, that's proper board?
I mean, watch it. That's a fence right there.
You better believe it. Bruh, you're pissing me off for really though. I've expired though. Okay. So let me ask you a question, Dan. Is only one color you're saying there's no other Listen, if y'all want to be biased, fine. But be biased and make sense, no? You're making it seem like it's only one color you're seeing painted around the country. That's not true. We're talking about all the colors, all the parties, all the people who are doing it.
Somehow I don't believe you was talking about the painting.
Well, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's really distasteful, and I keep trying to figure out if there is nothing on the book. We have video of these people. So is there nothing for the facing public property? Isn't there?
Obviously not.
Like where the police, who's supposed to enforce these things?
So you're saying it's okay to paint the country red for free, but
anyway, let's see if we get this caller. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up? Yeah, I think something wrong with that line.
Yeah. You want to restart it?
Yeah, I'll restart it.
Y'all stressing me out in this country. Please, 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 use a little sense, no? I know y'all have it, because y'all had it before election. Y'all had this sense before election. But y'all just, you guys refuse to use y'all sense. This is a hate crime, This is a hate crime. When people refuse to use the intelligence they were given at birth, this has to be an hate crime.
Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Morning. I don't know. Please. I need a police officer to tell me if it's not illegal to be doing this nonsense.
What's illegal, Joe?
Again. You know what? I'm not even argue with you. Thank you, Tareen. Somebody said extra cute this morning. I cute when I'm angry, I guess. Listen. I love that y'all love to... Somebody on live? Somebody answered? Is this a call? Good morning. No? Okay. Well, guys, we apologize. One of the lines don't seem to be working. But I just have a little request for you guys on the live. When y'all are typing for me and Azim to read, type in English, please. You are not about to make me catch a stroke on live trying to read whatever this paragraph is. Please. I'm not even going to attempt.
Oh boy. But yeah, I think I think the paint was we really have to do something with the paint was.
It's ridiculous.
And I think even the people condemning, they condemn because they don't like the color. Like
no, condemn because they're literally painting up the country. The places that need painting aren't being painted.
Painting random walls and all kind of things.
Somebody said I could come paint my house. You need a fresh do. I definitely won't be upset with them. First Road Connery. Thanks.
No, let's let them know. First Road Connery, yeah.
So every house up there get a fresh coat now.
Which first road? First road by the preschool or the one on the other side? Let us know, yeah, because
we're going to send them.
Lots of painting going on.
I want to know if there's a discount on paint right now.
By the preschool. Just look. Let's go tell me looking for a Lachlan.
It has to be paint on discount right now, as in.
I kind of over talking about it because my thing is there are people within the community and I can't understand why the community is allowing this to happen.
Facts.
Like, yeah.
They're not only allowing it to happen, you know. Not only allowing it to happen, they're countering it by painting over the paint.
All the paint soldiers, all them.
What I call them yesterday?
I remember.
Man, I can't remember. And that was a good one too, you know.
All the paint soldiers, them. I mean, they're all them on the same level for me. The problem is that I keep trying to figure out why is it that the community, I believe, has in more sensible people than senseless people.
Definitely.
Right? So we can't, and this is always a dynamic that I find very interesting, eh? Like even on Facebook, social media, conversation, somehow it does feel like ignorance and people who perpetrate it louder than the people with sense.
All the time. Because the people with sense don't feel like they're about to go on Facebook to try to argue with anybody because it never ends well, as them. It never ends well. When you make a point, they start to cuss about your mother. They start to tell how much man you got, how much child father you ain't about and stuff. All because you tell them what they're doing and saying is ridiculous. So they're right. Don't go on Facebook to look because when two fools argue, when two people argue, you can't tell who's the fool, eh?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it always seems like the ignorance is louder, man. It really outshines and drowns out all the sense, and it get frustrated. That's why I don't really be on Facebook. Like I can't deal with that dynamic where the people that know about stuff, the experts, expert opinion, people with knowledge, passion, experience. Those people are, no matter what the topic is, always drowned out. Always drowned out. I can't. It does get to me, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. Nobody come ever approach me to argue about politics because it's not happening. You shall be arguing with yourself.
Yeah.
I am not doing it. When I log off of this station at 10 a.m. sharp.
That's it.
That is it, and that is all. Argue with yourself after that.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T.
Good morning. One of the statistics we constantly boast about is 98% literacy. But I would suggest that it takes more than just literacy to really carve out our place in society. And I would suggest that the people who do the things that you are talking about, they may be literate, but that's where it stops. Because I don't see people who have the correct values, the correct principles, the correct ideas on what kind of society they want to live in, will be doing the things that you talk about. Maybe they used to happen before, but I think social media and the technology and all of that have magnified this so that it now seems so way out of proportion to what normal people would expect. And yesterday, someone made the point that one of the things that perhaps contribute to this is the fact that we call political opponents enemies. And I would say another thing that contributes to this is when we misuse the term family, because family suggests a sense of belonging to a particular sect, a particular tribe, whatever you want to call it. Maybe that's what they call our politics, tribal, right? And so that explains a lot of what's going on, because it's either that they just feel that everything is now territorial and you have to protect your quote-unquote family or your tribe, okay? And the greater good is not considered, right? So when we get to the point where everything is about your family, the symbols of your family, of your tribe, of course, some people who are not, I wouldn't like to say smart. There's another word that is less provocative, but they would be doing things which seems out of the mainstream, right? And that's the problem. One of the things we have to deal with is the fact that we're so polarized, we're so divided. Okay, it's one of the things which I condemn the leadership for, because anyone can see that the country is more divided now than ever before in its history, right? And I don't see an attempt to end that division, to unite the country around a common set of values, core values, a common set of principles, and a common purpose to build the country, because what you're describing here does not help to build the country. Okay, that's just my view.
All right, thanks. You want me to tell you what I think, Jade?
Please.
I had this conversation yesterday. A lot of these behaviors that we are describing, a lot of the behavior that we have discussed even yesterday in terms of persons seemingly being controlled by the political class, right? And being put in a position where they really and truly make themselves look bad, or aren't able to step back enough from the political tribalism to make a independent and informed decision about who they're going to vote for, and in a lot of cases how they behave and how they treat others who may be on the other end of the political spectrum, right? when we start talking about those types of things and the fact that we're describing these types of behavior, I don't believe we are going to really see a lot of change as far as that goes until we begin to lift more and more people, not only just out of poverty, but place them in have people who are in a position of financial and economic freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Until persons are able to bring themselves, or we have more people who are in a position who are secure enough to say, hey, my ability to feed my family, earn, is not tied directly to either who is in power. And of course, it's going to always play a role who's in power in terms of fostering the economic system and stuff like that. So it's not that you could escape it, but it in a direct way, where the idea of giving me $50, $100, whatever it is, to go and either papish on myself, harm somebody else,
deface the country,
do all these things. Until we get to a point that $50 is not a proper incentive, we're going to continually see this.
Yep.
Perhaps that is one of the reasons why it almost seems at times that politicians like to foster this sense of dependency.
Yeah.
So the caller spoke just now about the tribe mentality, right? And the truth is, all of the parties do this. When we start talking about one party using the word family has a certain connotation, yes. Then you have other parties using words like comrade, which has another set of another type of connotation. Whether or not that is directly in line with the traditional definition of the word.
You know what I mean?
It imparts certain feelings, certain thoughts, right? But just like Carla said, they foster these things. It's us against them.
Yep.
We're gonna beat them down. My thing is, when you don't beat me down, why you plan to come represent me afterwards?
Yep. That is it exactly.
When you done share licks and are you done stamp up? You done stamp up and we say and think, wait, the plan is to then come and you are the one who I'm supposed to go to, or you're the one who I'm expected to put my best interests at heart.
When you already started like that? You already started with this segregation. Like, we can't...
Divide and conquer is a thing. Divide and conquer is a real thing. It's not just some fairy tale that we hear, or just a nice term that you hear.
And people say it all the time that it's the meetings. They feel neglected because the politicians or the parties don't look at these areas of the country as people who are with them. So they don't care about their needs, they don't care about their wants, they don't care about how they're living until it's time to get their votes. And if you ain't with me, you're against me. And if you're against me, may care about you, may care about your interests. But we have to remember it is a government. It is not a party.
Of the people, not some people.
So why is it that this is always the messaging, and then you're supposed to convince people that y'all have the best interests at heart for the whole country, when that's not the platform you ran on?
And the truth is though, I have been seeing a change in that rhetoric. Meaning, I've been hearing we welcome all and that kind of thing. But when it comes time to show that, right?
We ain't really seen it, man.
Yeah, when it comes time to show that, yeah, we're still far off from that being a reality.
So far.
And of course, as we keep saying, the supporters themselves ain't helping the situation.
Not at all, right? They're making it worse.
They are making it worse. They are so ingrained. It's like, for instance, people to talk about this person flip-flopping and this person flip-flopping and things.
That's not. Nobody is.
Give me a break.
Why
Of
do
course.
I feel like people supposed to stick to a party just because of some type of blind affiliation?
Last election, you was one of them. You was one of them who was up. Okay.
Okay, and people
Okay.
change. People are allowed to change. I don't understand. Like yesterday, for instance, it was yesterday or the day before, whenever it was, we saw them saying, we saw one of these same bloggers that we're talking about post a video with Samuel when he was with PLP.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look him now, he would label like so what? People not allowed to change their minds or feel like they have the right to vote for who they want to vote for, or run for a party that they feel like they want to run for. That's how it works here.
Let me tell you something, right? One, of course, people are going to have different reasons for the position that they're in, right? People are going to have different reasons.
Yeah.
Some people do it because they feel they can get more from one party. Let's not skirt around the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do it because they are angry at over the fact that they didn't get what they felt they should have get. There's all kind of reasons.
There's all type of reasons.
And sometimes people just saying like, what you're doing. And so I can support.
that's fine.
I can switch in my support. I don't like what you're doing.
And that is fine.
That's
Y'all always preaching about how we live in a democracy and protect democracy, but when people literally show that they are for democracy, y'all pissed. Make it make sense.
But it seems as though we want to live in a country where who governs the country depends on which supporters, which side, get the most children. Because apparently you're supposed to just fall in like the girl said, fall in your tribe.
That's why I asked you yesterday, and if when you were born at JNF, what they want in Nevis called?
Alexandria.
These two hospitals, is there a section on any birth certificate that you have to take that says you now belong to this party? You were born a Labour, born a PAM, born PLP, born CCM, born NRP. I've never seen it, so I must have missed it, because I know when I go up to the health center to have them write out my birth certificate, because that's what they do still, or when my son was born and they asked me these questions, they asked me about his last name, place of birth,
right, father's name.
I've never heard them ask me about a political affiliation. I must have missed that. Did you? No?
No, I've never seen that.
Strange, because the way they behave in, you would believe that this is a section on your birth certificate.
Yeah, we really gonna have to. And again, when I start looking at, okay, if this is not what I want, what would be necessary to change it? To me, it really comes down to people being more and more financially and economically free and stable. I think that's what it is.
Stop letting these politicians and parties hold power over you just because of finances, just because of money.
People in need.
Yes, you can be in need, but that need should not make you feel like you have to stick to this person. That's abusive. That is literally abusive behavior.
That's exactly what it is. As a matter of fact, when we start doing, Jade, just listen to how we even talk about politicians and the role they play in your lives and in society. Such and such give me a house. Such and such give me grandson a job. Now, is it that there is a disconnect between the reality and what these people interpret happen, or is it that there is a concerted effort to ensure that is the perception, but that's not really what happened? Or what is it? Is it that literally politicians just have the ability to just give out jobs in the public service? If that is the case, then we need to look into that. If
it's clear, because that's what we just hear all the time.
So maybe that's no. But sometimes what could happen is it could have been like you reach out to somebody for opportunity, and based on the merit, you are a good fit for the position, thing. Okay.
Nope, friend, nope.
So perhaps then,
That's not what happens.
if there is a situation where the civil service, for instance, is used as this personal favor bucket for politicians, then we as a society need to look into that.
Why would they? And they're benefiting from it as them.
Yeah.
Why would people want to change something they're benefiting from?
So we keep running into this situation where we recognize that there are things that perhaps need to be changing, but the people who are expected to bring about these changes benefit from where the system is now.
And there lies the problem, friend.
Okay, so then the question becomes, how do we remove that power from their hands, and whose hands do we put it into?
You're asking some hard questions right now, boy. I can't even answer that.
But these are the things that we need to discuss.
No, these are necessary.
These are the things that we need to discuss.
Indeed.
When we start talking about the constant evolution of our society, we start talking about things like electoral reform, things like constitutional change, and recognizing that, hey, there are things that perhaps need to be implemented, and we see the need for them to be implemented because we are always running into some kind of court case. We see the fallout. We see the fallout.
Even sometimes before.
And we just keep repeating the same things.
It's literally like the cycle of, okay, this party in power, these people benefiting, the people who aren't benefiting are the people who were deemed as people who do not follow or support the party and not government, party. Changes again. This party get into power, the people them who was there before now becomes the victims because their party lost and they were supporting the party before, so they lose out now. They're being neglected. Happen again. Election come, party change, same thing. Over and over and over. Since I've been a child, I've been hearing this word victimization. It has not changed. The cycle, the plan, the format has not changed. The only thing that keeps changing is who is in power.
I would contend not even that. I would contend that for the most part, we have seen some continuation between persons who are involved in politics and the candidates themselves. We've just now beginning to see maybe a new crop.
We saw it, you know.
A new crop, but I mean,
we saw it, friend.
At some point, you're gonna have to stop there and figure out, well, I've seen the same faces here for the last 15 years. And I guess in terms of nation building, 15 years isn't long.
No. However. It's a long time to victimize somebody, though.
However, are we seeing development of successors? Are we hearing new voices in the arena? A lot of times it seems like the voices that are the loudest have been there the longest.
Facts.
You know, so how do we go about bringing about them change? I don't think we have to go and flood the presidential palace like the people in Sri Lanka.
We have one of them, yeah.
Because
government headquarters.
But I'm gonna tell you something. You know what I've been noticing, what I found really interesting about the Sri Lanka situation. It was only a few years ago that they were having a whole civil war, you know, down in Sri Lanka, between Muslims, people from different religious backgrounds, Christians, different ethnic groups.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Them people who just a few years ago was literally killing each other in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're now banded together like family and comrades, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And who you think they banded up against? The political class.
Hmm? until we realize that the citizens of the country hold the power that they hold, until we realize that the citizens are the one who should and can demand better, can demand change, the things can continue how it is.
The saddest part about it, Jade, is that if we know that, the political class also knows that.
They know that, but
So
they don't fear that.
No, Jade, because what it is, right? What you're talking about, the realization that will only come when we get to a point, and this is the saddest part. It is a lot of times when we see this type of change happening, this widespread call for action, it comes when people get to a state of complete discomfort. So it's only when... So the masses them was busy fighting amongst themselves all the time.
Like they're doing right now.
Well, let's talk about in Sri Lanka. So 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the masses were busy fighting amongst themselves based on these arbitrary characteristics. Oh, you're from over here, you're from over there, you worship this god, you worship them 7 gods. So they were busy fighting amongst each other for that. When you get to a point where the government can't pay salaries, where the government can't buy paper to keep high school exams, all of a sudden now we band together. And we see now that we have the power to get them out. It wasn't seen all the time, you know?
Nope.
So if governments around the world recognize that is the problem, then it's really a balancing act. To keep the status quo is a balancing act. Don't let things get too bad, but of course you can't let things get too good either. Keep them just comfortable enough where they don't feel the need to rebel and make change. But also, don't make things too good enough that we can't control them.
Yep.
And sadly, I feel that a lot of us are just too comfortable to step out, to sound our voices, to do the things that are necessary to bring about the change that we're talking about.
Not only that, people are afraid of being victimized. People don't want to be in a position where they can't earn because of their opinions. Nobody wants to wake up and realize they lose their job, or the job got harder, or the boss treating them different, or they can't work, or they're losing contracts, or these things just because they speak out against things that they don't agree with. And that is the sad reality in the country.
Yeah, but Jade, it must be more than that though. It must be more about your voicing your concerns. And people just get upset when they talk about the marches and stuff like that. It's not that I have an issue with the march. My issue just be, is this a part of a bigger strategy? Because it has a role to play. People go, they have to go out and exercise their constitutional right and democracy and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool, no problem. But what is it that you're trying to achieve, right? For me, when I look at movements, right, and things that have brought about change, and you look at the role that things like public demonstrations, marches, etc. What that has done is it has drawn attention to the particular feelings of a particular group, right? So, hey, we're making it clear this is how we feel. Now we have your attention. This is what we are going to do with it, right? This is the next step. A lot of times I don't think that's the case. So it's not enough to just come out and decide, hey, we just want to make noise and I don't like what's going on. Okay, cool. Do you have any suggestions? Who are the people who you expect to implement these changes? Who are the people who are, okay, we have our attention now. Who do we speak to? Right? Okay, you're not listening to us. What next?
Yep.
A lot of time, and yeah, there's nothing wrong if you feel aware about something and you say something. That's all fine and dandy. But then, what's the expectation? Is the expectation that because you ain't like something that things ain't just change? That's not necessarily how it works, right? So that's what I'm saying in terms of, are we uncomfortable enough?
That's what I said.
Are we uncomfortable enough?
That's what I've been saying.
You
ain't things ended? No.
When we flick the switch and light come on, when we turn the tap and water come out sometimes.
between the hours of
between
6 to 8.
Yeah. Right. When you go stand out on the side of the road and you put out your hand, and a vehicle stops and pick you up, and you have the money to pay them to reach the town.
Cause bus fare cheap. Bad.
Yeah, you're getting by.
Mm-hmm.
And because you're right on the edge, you don't want to do anything that threatens that, because the alternative ain't pretty.
Not at all.
So what happens is it's only when you get to the point where you're at the alternative now, when you can't get water, when you go in the supermarkets and there's nothing on the shelves, all of a sudden now, everybody recognizes we need a change.
Yeah, we reached there yet.
And that's the sad. And I hope we never do.
I don't want us to reach there yet.
I hope we never do. So that is why I'm hoping that we go the opposite direction. We are, to whatever means, we have more people getting out of poverty. We're getting more people involved in entrepreneurship, less people involved in the civil service, more people who have the thought process of acquiring assets that they could then earn from. And when I say acquire assets, I don't mean you don't have to go and have a house. Sometimes you could have a little weed whacker, save up some money, go to the city buy a weed whacker.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
There's something
The youngsters,
you can call your own.
Yeah, but people with more of that mentality, who are willing to sacrifice now for a better future.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times that's what it is, the things are hard. So what it means is that if you want to move out, you have to make a serious sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Right? People who are willing to make the sacrifices now and have a plan to help to lift themselves out of the present situation. That's what I would hope. I would hope it's not the opposite way, where we get to a point where things get so bad that is when people decide that, okay, well, let me stand up now and let me argue now and.
Well, that ain't gonna happen, because every problem we have,
Be rich.
they throw money at it. So people can just continue to be like, yeah.
Money does run out, Jade.
Well, I ain't see him saying this.
Because
country.
when you throw money at a problem and it don't bounce back, then when you throw money at something and it bounce back, you call that investment.
So we're going on the live.
One of your admirers have told you good morning. That's all. One of your admirers told you good morning. Say good morning, Jade. I think his name is Theodore. Let's see if this line working. Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up? Yeah, I think that line ain't working. All right, caller. Sorry.
Feel free to call any of our other numbers besides that one that you
want to
just
call him
called.
out since that one isn't...
Maynard, which one are you working with?
Yeah, I know, so just call out the tree.
Okay, well, we have 662-0989, 762-0989, and 46 or 5? 46 something, 0989. If 5 ain't work, call 6.
We have the numbers somewhere, you know.
We had them write them somewhere for you, but I can't.
Yeah, all kind of things just happen.
They're going for the business now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, like I said, my thing is I'm hoping that, one, education, of course, but in order to apply the information that you have and the knowledge that you receive, you have to be in a position to do so. So people need to really start trying to gain that independence, move away from the system,
Indeed.
Financially especially, before we see some of these changes. Good morning, caller, 11 LNT. No?
Told you, don't call that line.
Okay.
That line is not working.
Okay.
I don't know which one it is, but I know it's not working. Let's jump into some news stuff quickly.
Time.
Yeah, more politics, more politics.
Until
the bell ring and the election done, we shall be chatting about politics.
And the court case is finished.
Sorry. Don't blame us. We're just here to do our job. But yeah, tensions continue to mount between supervisor of elections and scrutineer over monitoring and examination of voter registration. Yeah. So the date for the National Assembly elections for St. Kitts and Nevis is yet to be announced. Yet to be announced.
Continue.
I know it's funny to you, you know. I know it's a joke to you until I get kidnapped when I go outside. But laugh.
I won't let that happen, Jade.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, wait, let's take this call. You know, all the time somebody failing that number. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up? Good morning, caller. You know that line there work just now?
I know. I don't know what's happening.
Okay.
They're trying to sabotage. They're trying to sabotage the show. They want to hear the voices of the nation.
I tell you, it's thing, you know. I tell you, it's election time, you know. All kind of things that start happening. Your phone just start to hear, like, you start to hear click, 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 click on your phone.
All the callers have to do is type out the stuff on the live. We're going to read it. We can see.
The driving.
Oh, that's true. But yeah, the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, through its constitutional appointed scrutineer, Mr. Larry Vaughan, that's an actual position?
You could appoint people and you got it.
Continues to examine and monitor the registration process daily at the electoral office, which includes the certificates of registration. Mr. Vaughan told Win that he has been accessing the certificates of registration for scrutiny since June 2nd, 2022. However, since early last week, Mr. Vaughan claims that the supervisor of election, Mr. Elvin Bailey, instructed the staff at the electoral office to restrict his access to the book. Mr. Bailey has since denied those claims. Mr. Bailey has not received any complaints that I have tampered with. Is he talking in third person? Let's see. Mr. Bailey has not received any complaints that I have tampered with, torn out any leaves of, or in any way destroyed the certificates of registration. Mr. Bailey seemed to be making up unfounded claims that would allow him to want to restrict access to the book. It is quite interesting that if books that are current, the leaves can be torn out of them, what happens to the book that are not current? He has pasted them in with a special form of super glue that if someone wants to tear them out, they would not get to do so.
What kind of super glue that everybody?
Me want it.
I want that in my life.
Sneakers one.
What? Wow.
Well, to say that these books can be tampered with and other books that I have requested were never tampered with shows that Mr. Bailey has put a red herring into the discussion, because at the end of the day, I have gone through 6 months of books and all were returned in excellent condition. Even books that were examined on the day that certificates were issued were returned in short order and in excellent condition. And so Mr. Bailey speaking about tampering and destroying the books is a red herring, because added to all of that, Mr. Bailey is saying that he cannot trust scrutineers, but the law allows for scrutineers. Oh, it's the actual thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that. Said Mr. Vaughan in an interview.
Part of the process.
Right. In an interview with WinFM on Wednesday. Let me see. Is there anything that Okay. Win contacted Mr. Bailey on Wednesday, July 13th, for comment on the matter. Win asked if the certificates of registration had been tampered with, before Mr. Bailey said, "We've never really had any scrutineer sitting there religiously doing what the scrutineer is doing," so the answer is no.
Okay.
The certificate is an integral part of the registration, so while we are, during the day, using the book, we don't really want to be giving it out, taking it back, giving it out. If Mr. Vaughan wants to get access to the book, he can get it. But during the day, while we are registering people, we don't really want to disrupt our registration process or the flow when people are coming to be dealing with the scrutineer. So can he do it at night? Is that another option? They have to find, some type of middle ground here.
Perhaps what can happen in this case, again, perhaps this is really speaking to the need to digitize all of these processes. Mm-hmm. That's probably what
Simple.
You could then sort by registration date, registration period. You could sort by constituency. You could search for a particular name. All of these things.
And that way, you can't say the person taking up the book going with it when you're using it. Why we still using book? What year we in, Azim? Sorry, phone. But what year we in? Why we still using books? Why we still writing?
We're using the book so you can't do the job.
Exactly, you know how ridiculous that is? If he has grounds to be looking at the things that he's looking at, but you're telling him we're using the book right now. So when he's supposed to use it at night? Because then you're going to say he can't go with it? Why are we not? Oh my God, y'all just so behind. It is ridiculous. We have technology. Y'all using technology to manipulate all type of videos, all type of pictures. Everything y'all can think about, y'all using technology
Simple database, no?
But except...
Simple databasing.
So now let's say, God forbid, there's a fire at the election office. What happened now?
Poof.
All the records gone.
Poof, the record's gone.
Seriously? In big 2022, y'all still waiting? In books? On paper? When computers exist?
Yeah, all up the hospital like they does annoy me.
Bye. Bye.
All up the hospital like they does annoy me, man. That is...
You see? Poof.
Poof, the record's gone.
I can't be serious.
Oh, man.
I cannot be serious.
I
Like, I fail to believe they're serious.
And when people kept asking me, what are some of the things I would like to see, and I keep saying,
This is one.
this is one. We need to digitize the government. We need to digitize the government.
Why is it not?
Oh boy.
And like they never see this happen before, you know. It happened at the courthouse.
Yeah. Courthouse and Bandung, yeah, direct. All them records gone.
It happened at the hospital when things get wet, but they learn.
Health center too. People don't have their records them last because hurricane come, and there goes your medical records.
You know what can't get wet?
Things in the cloud.
The things in the clouds.
Imagine that.
The things in the clouds can't get wet.
Imagine that. The irony.
The irony. Please to digitize this thing and stop telling people nonsense that you are using the book so somebody else can't use it. Problem could have been solved easily.
Multi-site server, guys. Multi-site server. And we got things. We got all the expertise we need here. You know.
All as in all.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. Hopefully it's working. Hey, there we go.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, you can digitally put everything on computer because the computer could be hacked.
Excuse me?
You can put everything on the computer because the computer could be hacked.
There's ways to guard against that, so.
You don't know why security though?
Yeah, there's ways to guard, not against it being hacked, but there's ways to guard against ensuring that the information is correct.
How many things? The computer could be hacked and get all the
Sir,
information.
yes, a computer could be hacked, but there's ways to get around that, to secure those things.
For instance, sir, you could hack one computer, but if the information is stored on multiple computers, you can then check against the records of other computers to ensure the information is correct.
Also,
For
there
instance,
are
that's what they
secure
do.
sites. Do you know that this technology is used around the world? It isn't something that is going to be just for saying kids. I'm pretty sure they know that things can be hacked. However, if a small business can protect from hacking, I'm pretty sure the government can do the same.
How them Russian and Chinese and things that...
Russians are going to hack the computers of St. Kitts and Nevis just to look up the election.
Huh? He don't know, Jay. He just don't know.
Man, nonsense are you talking? Computer could be hacked.
No,
And papers could be burned.
Hold on. Nobody's saying that computers can be hacked. What we are saying is recognizing that hacking is a reality. There are ways to safeguard or to validate information, right? One of the big things. You know what you do, sir? Just go and Google blockchain.
No, he don't use Google.
Yeah,
He don't use nothing internet based because that can be hacked.
Yeah, the man just don't know. The man just don't know. The man just don't know. Just Google blockchain and then you'll understand what we're talking about. Right? So yeah, I think that of course there's pros, and not only that, there's pros and cons to everything, right? So my thing, if the person is saying you can't put that on computer, then if maybe he's suggesting that you do both.
But not only that, so I'm hoping that he's not suggesting that books are a lot more secure. Because how do you secure a book? How do you secure a book? If a computer could be hacked, how do you secure a book?
But my thing is, but not only that, Jade. If you're telling me that the computer could be hacked, isn't it easier to change information that's found on a sheet of paper than... You got Tipex? You got Tipex?
Sir.
Like, if you could hack the computer, I think it's easier to literally break in the building.
Book is way easier.
Yeah, like you could literally break in the building. Like there's only a lock on the gate.
What break? Yeah, they even need to break in. They open. They have business hours as him. You could walk in. Well, you need to break in. Listen, somebody is saying right now the courthouse is basically null and void. Lawyers are unable to perform searches of certain records because they're locked up in the moldy building. No digital records available. Yeah. So that's what y'all prefer.
That's what they prefer. No digital records. Right now you can't search nothing. Lawyers them can't work. I've been hearing all the lawyers complain about that for sure.
But computers could be hacked. Bye. Okay, sir. You got it. You've put a nail in our... How we got? A spokes... What the thing be?
Spokes wheel?
Yeah, you put a big old spokes in the wheel.
Which I keep wondering. Spokes and supposed to have wheels in the first place?
But I don't know where the saying come from. I just know that's the saying.
I guess... Okay. Nah, but... Yeah, I mean, the truth is, though... That is where we... Not even moving. That is where we should have moved a long time ago.
Been moved.
A long time ago. Like, a long time ago. And that's just the reality.
Yeah.
And that's just the reality. If and the thing is, if you understand that there are issues, because there's nothing that is 100% secure, I suspect, right? But then that means you put different safeguards in place to guard against these potential issues, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I have the blockchain.
I thought that would have been common sense.
My thing is then by that thing why the banks using computers?
Hang on the bank account, you know?
No man, stop playing Jade.
And the computers could be hacked. You're crazy. Hey, put him money in a bank.
Good morning, caller. You're live on LNT. What's up?
Tell her about them phone lines, you know. The middle one working well though.
I should have asked him what number he called.
Yeah. But you know. But what he calling? Phones could be hacked, though. Yeah,
the phones definitely could be hacked.
And listen. Everything has...
Smoke signal, boss.
Pigeon.
That's
where we gotta go. Yeah. That's where we have to go to.
Yeah, man. He just and the truth is, he don't know all the possibilities, man. He just don't know. That's all it is. He just don't know.
Well, then he should have asked.
Yeah. He just don't know.
Yeah, let me see if we could jump into one quick story before we take a break and jump into some restaurant week talk. Yes, we're talking about food. Maybe really want to end on a bad note, but you know.
But we're going into happy things after this.
That's true. That is true. So, we've recorded another COVID-19 death.
What?
Yeah. SCAN records 45th COVID-19 related death as cases begin to decline. According to the COVID-19 dashboard for St. Kitts and Nevis, another person has succumbed to COVID-19, bringing the death toll to 45.
Wow.
The 45th death on July 11th came 3 days after an elderly female has succumbed to an COVID-19 related complication on July 8th. The additional death brings the number of people to have passed because of the virus on St. Kitts to 38, while Nevis remains at 7. The COVID-19 dashboard as of July 13th showed 127 active cases, 125 of whom are said to be home quarantined, and the other 2 at a government facility. 1 imported case was reported within the last 14 days. To date, the Federation has reported 6,345 confirmed cases of the virus. Yeah. Well, that's rough.
Condolences to the friends, family, loved ones, right, of this deceased. I think what this continues to signal to me is that we have to, but we have to remain vigilant, right? Like I think we are at a point now with this virus where a lot of persons have dealt with it, have contracted, have gotten through it, right? Mm-hmm. But we have to recognize that we are not all at the same risk level, right? So we have to, especially if you're around elderly people with some other pre-existing condition that makes them or puts them at higher risk for serious illness or death from this virus. You have to remain vigilant and be careful. You have to.
Just have to be careful.
You have to. And this is one of the issues I continually had with the way that the messaging was done for the COVID. Even when we started talking about mandatory vaccinations and what you could do if you're not vaccinated and things, I'm saying, why is it that we keep talking about the need to follow the science, but then it don't seem like the policies themselves following the science? We know that there are persons who are most at risk. Right?
It's clear.
So we know persons who maybe obese. We know your age. If you're elder, you know certain other health issues that put you at a higher risk for serious death, for serious illness or death if you were to contract the disease. Why isn't it that the policies were geared towards that? And so the messaging would be geared towards that, and people would have had it in their head that, hey, because what's happening now, a lot of people had COVID. I know somebody had COVID 3 times. If you let catch it again, it's like they ain't studying nothing.
After 3 times, you remember?
Actually, right now, people got COVID and running up and down the place like that. They know. It's just like, I had a headache for 2 days and...
I go no.
Yeah.
You may not be good after I give it
but
to
part
you.
But part of it is because the messaging and the experience of so many of us, it didn't match.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't match. So here we are now, and it's like we are not out of the woods yet. But because people have this thing like, oh, it's like a pendulum effect, right? You over here, this thing is the big bad boogeyman, and then you get it, and it's like, oh,
that wasn't so bad.
And so the pendulum swings back the opposite way now. It's the same thing that happens with the hurricanes, right? Everybody go, oh my God, hurricane coming, oh my God, I'm just a little rain. So now you start to believe when you hear hurricane coming.
Maybe that.
But I ain't even studying, you ain't going to shop. What it up the head? Are you really going to think?
Next thing you know, your whole house gone.
You understand? Your house in your neighbor yard. So I think we're going to have to really work on getting the message out there that, hey guys, there are those among us who are really at risk and are still vulnerable, and we have to do our part to help to protect them.
Indeed. But friend, it is time for us to jump into that interview that we've been talking about.
Yum yum.
I wish they had Water's food, but it's okay.
But yeah, run the back out. You don't understand.
They come here hand swinging. Not type of food, and it's restaurant week. Not even a little breakfast. But it's okay.
Maybe they're taking us after.
You think so?
No,
I don't think so either. But yes, guys, we'll take a very quick break and come back to talk about Restaurant Week right here on Win Media SKN. Stick and stay.
Fruta, taste the real Fruta, enjoy the real Fruta, refreshing juice of every day. Whoa, Fruta, drink the real Fruta, your favorite Fruta, the natural taste is Fruta. Fruta.
Your favorite fruit has got a new skin with real juice within. Drink the real Fruta. Enjoy the real joy.
Taste the real Fruta, enjoy the real Fruta, refreshing juice of every day is Fruta.
Fruta, juiced right.
Giving back to community. Rams is for
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It is still Thursday, Jade,
We're almost there.
July 14th. We was in the middle of the month, too.
July have some place to be, eh?
Yeah, ain't holding up tall, by.
At all.
But, guys, as we've been saying, we have some very special guests in studio with us this morning. We have some guys from the Park Hyatt as well as the Ministry of Tourism here with us this morning. Jade, let's let them introduce themselves to the people now.
Yes, they should.
All right, guys. You want to introduce yourselves?
Hey everyone, I'm Tishana Sada Jenkins.
Tishana,
Tishana, you might not mic.
pull the mic up to your face so we can hear your beautiful voice.
I'm sorry about that.
Lovely.
Good morning once again, everyone. I'm Tishana Sada Jenkins. I'm here from the Ministry of Tourism. I'm the event specialist in the ministry, and I'm here to tell you all about Restaurant Week 2022. I allow my other guests to introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Joella Gums, and I'm the Marketing Communications Manager at Park Hyatt St. Kitts, and we're excited to be here to talk about St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lucas. I'm the Executive Chef of the Park Hyatt St. Kitts, and of course, I cannot cook here, but the main idea of the Restaurant Week is that everyone can enjoy some delicious food, and that's what I am going to talk about a little bit.
Oh, awesome.
Well, you know, since we heard Restaurant Week, we thought you guys were going to bring us some goodies. I don't see anything at all.
We can send some after the interview.
That works.
Yeah.
That works. We may proceed now.
So for those who may not actually know, like, what is Restaurant Week all about? Is this? I know this isn't the first time, but persons may not be quite familiar exactly what the Restaurant Week is, what happens, and like what's the goal of the whole activity.
Well, Restaurant Week, this is the 6th edition of Restaurant Week. It's an initiative started by the Ministry of Tourism and the Ministries of Agriculture as well, where we see the need to meet the concept of our local cuisines, cultures, and so forth. So we just wanted an opportunity to have our locals enjoy the dining experience and the tourism sector just like the visitors. So that's where the concept of Restaurant Week come in. We also provide a platform for local producers, such as local artisans, like local farmers, to produce locally made items in order to be showcased during that time. What is unique about St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week? Because there's Restaurant Week around the world. But what is unique about ours is that we focus on a main ingredient each year. And this year, it's sweet potato. Sweet potato is it's a part of our daily diet. Mm-hmm. It's a part of culturally, it's a part of us. So sweet potato is something we all resonate to, we all are welcome to. So we want to give the restaurateurs the creativity to come up with a specialty item, this focus around this ingredient. Also, there's an opportunity to create special menus at reduced rates, from fine dining to the regular, small business, mom and pop shop. So it fits any one categories, because it's from $60 US all the way down to $20 US. So whichever way your pocket leads you, you could definitely enjoy that.
Oh, okay, nice. It's funny that you say focusing on sweet potato. My grandfather has a saying that if you cook no sweet potato on the plate, you ain't really cook it.
That is true. And it's a staple on the windmill on Sunday, so you have to have that big sweet potato on your side dish.
I'm telling you. So what are some of the activities, how does it work for persons who don't understand? How does it actually work?
Well, today is the start of Restaurant Week. Today, yeah. And it runs until Sunday, July 24th. Like I said, it's a variety of restaurants in the $60 tier. We have restaurants such as Park Hyatt with the Stone Barn, Arthur's, Kittitian Hill, Marshall's, the Four Restaurant in the Circus, Banana Bistro over in Nevis, the Gin Trap, Carambola Beach Club, and Nevitalio. Also Four Seasons Restaurant. That's on the more, higher end. But normally these restaurants we as locals, sometimes we only visit these restaurants maybe like on a special occasion, if it's
Right.
our birthday or anniversary, something to celebrate. Because, sometimes we got to really put our coins together in order to go to these restaurants. So this is our opportunity to fine dine at a reduced price. Also, in the other category, we had restaurants such as Rock Lobster, Jam Rock, Poinciana, Sweet and Savory, Park Hyatt once again, Fisherman's Village, and the Great House, Serendipity, St. Kitts Marriott, Splash at Royal St. Kitts, Sunset Cafe at Timothy Beach. And then we also have the different lunch specials by the different locals restaurants. So even if you're a vegetarian lover or a Rasta lover, you could always visit Ital Creations. And one thing I need to mention special about Ital Creation.
Yes, please.
If for the month of July, if you carry your own reusable container, they'll take $5 off your meal.
Boom, bam.
Yes.
I go home for my Tupperware, see?
Yes, so because it's also plastic free July, so we're trying to encourage people to reduce the use of single-use plastics as well.
Awesome.
We also have a calendar of experiences. Like I said, today is the start of Restaurant Week. Tomorrow, I just want to highlight some of the activity. Tomorrow, there's a sweet potato cooking class at Sweet and Savory, Frigate Bay. Yes, from 6:30. So you could partake in cooking demonstration, like cooking something like sweet potato hummus, sweet potato and curry chickpeas, sweet potato tarts, and so forth. Tickets are available for sale for 100 EC for that event. On both Sunday 17th and Sunday 24th, we have a West Indian buffet at Sunset Cafe from 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. and also for dinner for 6 p.m. to 9 a.m. for $50. On Wednesday, July 20th, Wine Down Wednesday, Cochrane Schools is hosting a wine tasting class.
Okay.
Only US $15 for that. We encourage everyone to reserve their tickets for their spots. And in Nevis on July Friday, the 22nd, Taste the Tradition at Rodney's Cuisine in Nevis. And on Saturday, July 23rd, there's a children home fundraising dinner at Serendipity, and that is only the small price of EC $200. And we're also here to the celebration of the park, as we call it. So I'll let Joella speak more on that event for me.
Okay, Joella, tell us a bit about that particular event.
So celebration at the park. Well, just to give a little backstory, the Park Hyatt brand in general across the globe, we have what's called a Park Hyatt Masters of Food and Wine program, which celebrates culinary and wine and spirits. So the program goes into the different Park Hyatts around the world, and we have like a 3-day workshop where we have international chefs come in and sommeliers open up workshops to educate people about food, and you have live cooking classes and learning more about wines. Okay. So because we have this great initiative by the Ministry of Tourism, Restaurant Week, we decided to introduce our first rendition of the Masters of Food and Wine program here at Park Hyatt St. Kitts. So we're having celebration at the park to close out the Restaurant Week.
I love when things come together like this.
Yeah, it was like perfect. It was like the perfect opportunity to merge both experiences, because as Chef will probably tell you, we're very into supporting the local community. We get a lot of produce from our local farmers. So it was really a great opportunity for us to get involved this year.
All right, awesome. So, but we, of course, with all those lovely events that you spoke about, the common theme is food, right?
Yes.
And good food. And of course, we have Chef Lucas here. What could people expect for the experience if they were to come to the Park Hyatt?
So, sorry for that. On the event, particularly on the 24th, the idea is it's a little bit of a showcase of all the other events that Shauna shared with us. So we will have Cork and Screws there. We will have Opus Wines also. We will have other restaurants from the island. We don't want to give too much advance for that. Right. We have also craft from the island. So we have pottery people who will be doing a live pottery session with a little shop where you can buy your memories and so ever. So it is, as Joella said, it's very focused in the culinary journey. Of course, we need to drink when we eat, so that's a big and important part of it. But it's not only food. It's more about the local craft, what we can showcase, and give the opportunity to everyone to enjoy the hotel. Something important that we have discussed when we decided to go for this event is how the hotel is involved in the community and how we can take that to the next level. So what you can expect when you go to the park to try the menus. So we could easily, target to be on the higher level of the pricing. That would be the easiest thing to do. But we actually challenge ourselves. So Grey House and Fisherman's are two of our restaurants. They are in the lowest range that the Minister of Tourism and the Restaurant Week put as a guideline. And yes, we have our fine dining Stone Bar where you can go and have a course menu, fine dining experience in a very classy setup. What you can expect is, of course, sweet potato is ingredient of the year, is the star. And we treat it so every menu in every restaurant has an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert that involves sweet potato. And every menu has a vegan option as an appetizer, a main course, and a dessert. So we challenge ourselves to not only do what we usually do, but we created all 3 restaurants full menus specifically for this event. So we want to showcase our culinary capabilities and skills. We want to showcase our chefs. We have Chef Terrence in Fisherman's, who every brunch on Sunday, he has a lot of good comments and a lot of people from the island going to enjoy. So we want to extend that to the rest of the week, not just on Sundays. And then Grey House and Stone Bar are on the other side of the resort, so sometimes it's more difficult to access. You need to walk a little bit more. But we want the people to enjoy those outlets too. So in that note, the event on the 24th is going to be in our courtyard, great courtyard. So there we will have, again, a band, a DJ. It's going to be a very fun event. The tickets are for sale at 50 US, including a taste of all the restaurants and all the beverage shops we will have in there. So again, it's a community event. It's to basically further introduce after 5 years the hotel into St. Kitts and Nevis, and to actually break that perception that we are focusing only in tourists. But my main focus as a chef is to basically involve the community and our neighbors to come to the hotel and enjoy our food.
Right. Well, I mean, one of the things that you keep mentioning is the community, and it's obvious that Park Hyatt is very much aware that it is part of a wider community. You spoke about some ways where Park Hyatt is already looking to become more involved in the community. Are there any other ways that you guys are exploring?
Yes, so basically one of the ways that I had a very good meeting, we have several meetings with Marsha from the school, and what we are looking, for example, is to set up a culinary small school in our own hotel to develop further talent. So that will give us an opportunity to hire and to offer job for more young people, and maybe for some young Kittitians and Nevisians to find what they really love, find their passion. I'm very excited for that, and very excited to share all my passion about food and cooking. So maybe someone will catch that. So that is one of the ways. And the second way that is, I believe, also very important is we had already 2 or 3 meetings with the Minister of Agriculture, and we are trying to engage between the 2 parties to create a live garden in the hotel. Okay. That will give the opportunity to showcase local produce. We are doing it already, but we bring the produce from outside. So one of our most exclusive menus we sell to our guests, it's called Island to Table. Right? So it's a culinary journey in 6 courses where we cook only ingredients that we get from the island. So you don't have fancy wagyu from Japan or so ever. You have organic chicken from the island.
Okay.
You know, you have sweet potato, you have pumpkin, you have the island tomatoes. So everything that is grown in the island is reflected on those 6 courses. And actually is one of the menus that we have been selling the more because the people want to try.
Yeah, of
They
course,
come
of
here,
course.
they want to try the food that comes from the island because it's more fresh, it has a better quality.
Right.
For us, they maybe don't see us as that, but for us it's very important because we know we are supporting a small farmer, a small business, and the Minister of Agriculture and Tourism because it is a whole community effort, right? It's not only from the hotel or from them, from the farmer. It needs to be, community means that, no? All together.
Right, for sure. Well, I'm really excited about some of these initiatives. I don't know if I have the talent for cooking, but who knows? Maybe.
But you have the belly for eating.
Oh yes.
He definitely does.
I consider myself a good master. So I think I can teach to cook to anyone. The
Okay.
most important thing is that you like to eat. If
Oh,
you like
well,
to eat,
See, told
check.
you.
everything
Check.
is done.
But for anyone who may have missed it or who is interested in participating in the Restaurant Week activities,
There's a lot of them, eh?
listen,
A lot of
I'm
them
so
happening.
excited. Let them know again where they could find tickets, where they could find information, where they can participate in these activities.
We could see all the restaurants that I'm going to be going to over the next 10 days.
Yes, things are happening in July for Restaurant Week. So this is time for you to grab your friends, your lover, your whoever, and participate and support the restaurants because it is for us, the local people, first and foremost. You could always, for people to know about all the experiences and the restaurants, log on to our website, www.restaurantweek.kn. You could also follow us on social media, both on Instagram and on Facebook, SKN Restaurant Week. And you will see all of the restaurants that are participating. There are 50 restaurants between St. Kitts and Nevis that are participating. And you will see the calendar of experiences. You could also log on to the website and see all the restaurant menus that are participating, and we make daily updates.
That is important right there.
Trust me.
Are you going to look to see you again for lunch today?
I already hungry.
Well, you can come on over today.
Oh,
Yes, Park Hyatt is ready to welcome you.
okay.
Well, guys, it's been an amazing session
If
talking
I
to
could
you
say
guys.
one more
Yeah,
thing,
sure.
I'm here. I forget to make a little shout out to our sponsors because we couldn't do all of this without our sponsors.
Important.
We have Opus Wine and Spirit, Cork and Screws, Hibiscus Spirit, The Cable, ODB, and TDC Group.
All right, and big up to the sponsors for helping to make this thing a reality. Helping to make it so that for the next couple of days I'm going to be eating it
Yes.
well.
Well, I cannot wait.
But guys, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. And just, is there anything else you guys want to say just before we head out?
Well, I just wanted to remind everyone that where they can get tickets for a celebration at the park on Sunday, July 24th. You can get them at the Ministry of Tourism, or you can also get them at Park Hyatt St. Kitts. Just give us a call at 468-1234 if you have any questions.
From my side, I look forward to cook for everyone, to welcome everyone at the hotel. We are ready for this, and today we are very excited because we are launching the menus. So it's a very exciting day for me, for the team, to showcase this sweet potato into so many different ways.
All right. Well, guys, I could hear the excitement in all of your voices, and I'm hoping that you could hear the rumbles in my tummy.
I could hear mine. I know I could hear mine.
But guys, it's been a real pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for coming, and hopefully we bump into you at one of the restaurants as we go through the week.
We'll be on the
Thank you
lookout.
very much.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Thank you.
For sure. Well, guys,
That's it for us today.
yeah, we're wrapping up into it.
Yeah, I mean, we cuss all morning and then we talk about food. Balance.
Balance. That come on. Yes. See you guys. But Jade, I have had a good day. It's a good start to the day. I mean once I
when you
got
get things off your chest.
Once I got past the frustration with the rain this morning, I got here. I saw you. I saw the people on the live, and yeah, you said we got some stuff off your chest.
Yes,
I feel light.
listen,
I feel
that's
light.
what Thursdays are for. That is what Thursdays are
And
for.
the problem is now I want an ice smoker.
Oh. In this weather? Well, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But just before we leave, we have to send a special shout out to what's happening next. Right after Island Tea, we have Better with Labour, Women in Focus, which is a weekly discussion featuring SKNLP candidates, hosted by Adelcia Furlance. So right after Island Tea, stick and stay for that. You don't want to miss it.
Watch out. Fresh things happening on Win.
Listen, I don't even know why y'all would not want to just stay with us. Win just gives you all the things that you need daily. Music,
Yeah,
talk,
indeed.
good-looking faces.
Yeah. Jade and Adelcia, Furlance.
Yes. Music and fun. So yes, stick and stay to Win FM. We've got you covered.
Indeed. But guys,
Oh, and only good news happens tonight.
Oh,
we cannot
yeah.
forget.
You know you take big up yourself.
Yes.
Guys, it has been a pleasure. Appreciate every one of you who joined us, whether it was on Facebook, YouTube, winmediaskn.com, one of the other digital platforms. Thank you so much for being a part of it. Remember to like, share, comment, and just let people know that this is where you spend your time. Up to this morning, somebody was telling me about the show yesterday, and they had just been catching up, and so it's always cool that you could go back and watch the shows.
Yes.
You know, we know the schedule don't always line up. We're able to just sit and sip your tea in peace.
No.
But the tea is always there waiting for you, hot and piping.
Literally.
Right. Also, the people who listen on the radio 98.9, yo, OGs, big up yourself one
We
time.
appreciate
Make sure you
you.
turn up your radio loud.
Indeed.
But Jade, it is time for us to leave, for us to go, for us to disembark, and of course disappear. But guys, do not fret. We'll be back tomorrow.
Indeed. Bright
it's
and early at 8 a.m.
Friday.
Ooh. We're linking up with Darren.
Easy so.
I know what trouble he got to cause for us tomorrow.
I know it is that he does do, you know. That he does do.
You know the man.
Yeah. But guys, please, you know what? I just want to send, wishes out to everybody listening right now. I've been feeling the need to just spread some good vibes.
It's needed, especially in this time.
Sending thoughts and vibes, spreading health, wealth, and just overall progress to everybody listening right now.
Make some good choices today.
Indeed.
That does not include social media.
Well, that is what we need to remind them about, Jay. The fact that you have to learn from the losses of others. You don't have to go about and just repeat everyone's mistakes.
Shouldn't.
You could just look at them and say, not me.
Yeah, I'm going on that path.
Yes, indeed. Please also remember to spend more time living your content than posting it.
Because then y'all starting unnecessary rumors and making the politicians have to come out and make statements.
Oh, boy. And of course, most importantly, what I want you to take with you this morning as you leave us and hopefully join the upcoming show.
Yes.
You can't be everybody's cup of tea.